This lunar rover was spotted exploring the island terrain on Friday, and the remote-controlled robot didn't just encounter rocks and dirt. Here, a road of human bodies, made up of students from Mililani Middle School, challenged the rover to climb over, and it did, much to their enjoyment. It was part of a public outreach event at the Imiloa Astronomy Center, featuring Hungary's team Puli and their official entrant into the Google Lunar X Prize competition. We spoke to team leader Dr. Tibor Pacher.
Puli is actually an ancient shepherd dog in Hungary, and we didn't know at the beginning of a project how to name the project, the spacecraft or the rover, and by chance this name came to us, and we were very happy about this, because Puli is something you can spell in Hungarian and English the same way, can pronunciate it, and Puli is a very cheerful and very clever dog, and it, like all the shepherd dogs, it can just get people together as well. So this was just our intention, and it's very Hungarian.
The team was on Hawaii Island to test their rover at one of the planetary analog sites that the Pacific International Space Center for Exploration System offers for tests just like this.
Yes, we are coming here to PICES, the Pacific International Center for Space Exploration Systems, and it is actually a very powerful cooperation, I believe, because PICES offers the best analog lunar sites on Earth, and early in the 60s there were places here where the Apollo astronauts were trained as well, and PICES has the capability and infrastructure just to offer such analog test sites, and this is very important for us. This is just from the scientific and from the technical point of view. Another connection is we have mentored a student team last year from Hungary. They won the Moonbots competition, which was organized by the Google Lunar X Prize and Lego, and they won the grand prize. And the first prize, the grand prize, was also just to make a visit here to Hawaii, to the PICES, and this was the first direct connection with John Hamilton and the colleagues here, and then there was just the idea, of course, okay, why don't come here and to test our real rover here.
Team Puli is vying for a chunk of the $30 million purse. The first privately funded teams to land a robot on the surface of the moon, travel 500 meters while transmitting high-definition images and video back to Earth, win.
This is we are in the Google Lunar X Prize. This is running until 2015 December, so we are really in the midst of the competition. What you can see is the prototype system we were developing in the last 3 years, and we are collecting a lot of test information about the mobility capabilities and our remote control procedures. We will go next week to Mauna Kea on the PICES test sites, and we have a team in Hungary, in Budapest, in the mission control. They will control the rover from there. So we will, in ideal case, we will be watching what they are doing. But of course, we would like to have a lot of other tests, just different terrains, different slopes, different environment conditions, and both of the things are the major objective of our test here. We call it WEG. It's a combination of wheel and leg. To my knowledge, the first such kind of mobility was designed 1996 by ESA. And actually this is a combination which is trying to get the advantages of the wheel and the legs. The wheel is very good on a smooth terrain, legs are very good in climbing deep slopes and big obstacles. And our idea was just to develop a mobility system which is capable of doing such movements on a very extreme terrain. So you can see here we have no problems with 30 or a little bit more than 30 grade slopes. Nominally we would like to go to 40 or even more, even deeper slopes. This is one of the tests we would like to check, depending of course on the soil what we have just before us. It could be not so easy to get that, but this is the first thing. The second thing, we can climb over obstacles pretty easy in a very rocky terrain, and as a side effect we can climb also stairs. We don't expect to have stairs on the moon, but no, it's really, we did it many times, and it's always fun for the people just to see that's how to get. And you don't have too many robots they can climb stairs. So normally you have just a chain like the tanks or whatever, but it's much more complicated, and this could be an advantage for us as well, because this combination is actually amazing. You see that we are climbing over the rocks, and it's no problem at all for that one. We have also a kind of fallback system, so if it falls back on the back, we can just turn it again, so we can go further. But actually it's almost a completely symmetric design, so actually it wouldn't be a problem to go just on the back as well. We have a redundant energy system on that. We have solar panels, of course. It's the only source of energy we have on the moon. So we have at the moment two battery packs within the rover, so just a redundant system. If one of the batteries are just discharged, we can switch over to the second one and use the solar panels helping and charging all the time the systems. And if it's just discharged, then we have to wait a little bit and use the solar energy just to recharge all the batteries.
The deadline to complete the Google Lunar X Prize Space Challenge is December 31st, 2015.